Titanfall 2 has been confirmed to be releasing within the same launch window as Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, which means the expectations for the game are much higher, as are the stakes. Respawn Entertainment can't afford to not come out of the gate swinging for the fences. Titanfall's biggest letdown was the lack of content at launch. This led to the player base quickly falling off and going back to the likes of Battlefield and Call of Duty. The only thing I want to hear about at E3 is improvements based on content at launch. Titanfall, in comparison to the shooters it's competing with here, had the most solid gameplay, and that switched up the formula enough to make a refreshing multiplayer title. The first game launched in the first quarter, where competition was light. This time around, it can't just be a large marketing campaign that's going to drive this game's success. Titanfall 2. You guys need to focus on content at launch in order to be successful. The Battlefield franchise has been tarnished ever since we hit the more current generation consoles. Battlefield 3's netcode being a horrible disaster, and Battlefield 4's launch server issues have plagued the franchise and has made me extra cautious of day one purchases. Although the gameplay in Battlefield games is solid, these issues can make or break a title. In fact, these issues were so bad that the producer admitted that they lost the players' trust with Battlefield 4's launch. The only thing I want to hear about Battlefield 1 is how they plan to earn that trust back and how they have systems in place to ensure a smooth launch for the title. Obviously, when we are talking about EA, we have to discuss DLC practices. I hope they just decide to stick with how they've been doing it with the Season Pass and the DLC map packs. It seems people are very receptive towards the expansions. I do not want to see microtransactions or anything else within this title. If we have to go with DLC, just stick with what you have been doing. It is the lesser of two evils. It seems that Ubisoft is planning to take the Ghost Recon franchise in a different, yet very similar direction. Open-world Ubisoft titles, in my opinion, are boring, lackluster, empty sandboxes void of anything but radio towers and outposts to take over. I hope that with Ghost Recon they do right by the franchise. The reason these games are so close to my heart is because I grew up playing the likes of SOCOM, Ghost Recon, Conflict Desert Storm, and other third-person tactical shooters. I recently made 2 videos discussing the likelihood of a competitive multiplayer component in Ghost Recon Wildlands. I know I'm not the only YouTuber who expects it to be there. Open World Games is patiently waiting for a mention of competitive multiplayer as well. Ubisoft, I just need you to do this game right. Third-person tactical shooters need to come back, and I feel like this is our last shot for that genre to survive. Don't screw it up. The Modern Warfare Remaster is a highly anticipated shooter for me. I've been saying for years that Call of Duty needs to go back to its roots, and this is the prayer being answered. I feel like this is the first step in getting Activision to realize that what they've been doing year after year is not working, and it needs to change. That being said, if the remaster changes the map layout and design to a drastic margin to the point where gameplay is going to change, I will take issue with that. I need to see redone textures and upgraded resolutions, and overall a cleaner looking product. Anything that changes the core of what Call of Duty 4 represented and what Call of Duty 4 was will be a bad thing. This game releasing in November has the potential to change the esports scene as well. We could be looking at competitions for the Modern Warfare Remaster that are worth more in the prize pools than competitions for Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare isn't even on my radar, and from the looks of it, the pro teams are looking at Modern Warfare Remastered as that game. Sure, they're going to dabble in Infinite Warfare because I'm sure that's where Activision is going to want to put all their money, but at the end of the day, the players are going to speak with this title. Modern Warfare Remastered will be the reason that people pick up that bundle. What I'm looking for at E3 is them to announce the maps that are going to come with it. We know we have 10 maps. I'm sure I could guess and choose which ones they're going to be, but I would like a confirmed list. And if we're looking at any more future DLCs for maps or weapons or whatever the case is, I want Activision to let us know what we can be looking forward to in the future and what we're getting in this bundle. All in all, guys, we are heading into E3 with 4 completely different shooters coming onto the market in 2016. This is a big deal for any channel on YouTube who is doing shooter coverage. Titanfall, we have the mech combat, which is something that we don't get anywhere else. Battlefield, we have the large-scale 64-player combat. Call of Duty, we have that competitive, small map, really close quarters combat. And I think the wild card out of this whole thing is Ghost Recon Wildlands. We don't really have that much information as of yet. Obviously, we're going to be hearing a lot about it at E3. We don't know if there's going to be a PvP competitive mode. We don't really know how massive the co-op experience is going to be. We did get a peek at the map reveal. I believe that was last week. The game does look huge, but what are we going to be able to do within this map? We just don't have enough information. But we do know it is a third-person tactical co-op shooter, which is something you can't get in any of the other titles in this video. So we have a battle royale going on between all of these shooters. I want to know what your guys' opinions are, which one you are most hyped for. There is an annotation, there is a vote in the top right of this video. Click on it and let me know which game you are most excited for this year. And I'm really curious. I want to see how my fan base reacts to these games and which ones you guys are looking forward to, so I know where I can focus a lot of my time. Because if I want to go into Call of Duty and none of you guys give a shit about it, well, I don't want to cover it. I want to give you guys everything that you guys want out of a content creator. So let me know. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.